20 tips for weight loss that actually works. Hello friends, welcome to Just Top 10. The weight loss industry is full of myths. People are often advised to do all sorts of crazy things, most of which have no evidence behind them. However, over the years, scientists have found a number of strategies that seem to be effective. Here are 20 weight loss tips that are actually evidence-based. Let's start the reel. Tip number 1, eat slowly. Your brain may take a while to register that you've had enough to eat. Some studies shows that eating slowly can help you eat fewer calories and increase the production of hormones linked to weight loss. Also consider chewing your food more thoroughly. Research shows that increased chewing may reduce calorie intake at a meal. These practices are a component of mindful eating, which aims to help you slow down your food intake and pay attention to each bite. Tip number 2, you bite it, you write it. As so many successful dietitians can attest, if you want to succeed at losing weight, it helps to pay attention not only to what you eat, but also to what you write. As you follow your new WLS regime, writing down what you put into your mouth each day may help keep you from overeating or eating the wrong kind of things. In fact, the National Weight Control Registry, a well-regarded, long-term weight loss study, found that journaling is one of the most powerful tools used by people who have lost weight and kept it off. Tip number 3, exercise anything that moves. It's estimated that half of all adults attempt to lose weight every year. Aside from dieting, moving exercising is one of the most common strategies employed by those trying to shed extra pounds. It burns calories, and this plays a key role in weight loss. In addition to helping you lose weight, moving exercise has been linked to many other benefits, including improved mood, stronger bones, and a reduced risk of many chronic diseases. Tip number 4, keep a daily gratitude journal. Our eating habits are usually connected to our emotions whether we realize it or not. When we're stressed, we tend to reach for sweets. By keeping a daily journal of things you're grateful for, you're better able to cope with the stress by acknowledging it, rather than reaching for dessert. Tip number 5, batch cook and prep. Why prep meals every day, when you can prep them once a week? That's what batch cooking is all about. Dedicate a few hours each week to your shopping, prepping and cooking for all your meals and snacks. Batch cooking saves time, energy, money and gives you a yummy homemade meal that works for your weight loss. Tip number 6, get enough sleep. A lack of sleep increases your hunger hormone, ghrelin, and decreases your satisfaction hormone, leptin, which can contribute to weight gain. When we are sleep deprived, we crave more salty and sweet foods. Getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night is clutch for weight loss. It regulates your hormones, keeps you from going into Cookie Monster mode when you spot treats in the break room, squashes stress hormones, and fuels your trips to the gym. Tip number 7, don't skip meals. Remember, our body's ultimate goal is to stay alive. As soon as we are being kept from calories, which are literally the life energy for our bodies, it will do things to survive. Our body knows what foods are higher in energy density, and we will crave those more. Honor your hunger, and don't allow your body to think it's being starved. This goes against many of the dieting tactics, but those tactics truly don't work well for people in the long term. Tip number 8, stay hydrated. Research has found that people who drank 2 glasses of water before a meal lost more weight than people who didn't drink water before meals, and they kept it off. This simple tip works in 2 ways. Thirst can mask itself as hunger, causing you to eat more. And water makes you feel fuller, causing you to eat less during a meal. Tip number 9, cut calories, not flavor. Most of your favorite recipes can be easily changed to increase the vegetables, fruits, and fiber, and lower the sugar, saturated fat, and calories. Fats, oil, butter, or margarines, can usually be cut by 1/3 to 1/2 in recipes. Try a small cut back at first, then increasingly cut back little by little. To replace moisture and flavor loss when fat is reduced, make up the difference with broth, non-fat milk, fruit juice, and extra herbs, spices, and vegetables. Tip number 10, weigh yourself once a week. Weighing in once per week at a scheduled time, and with similar amounts of clothes, will still catch small changes in body fat. Reducing weigh-ins to once per week provides a more accurate reading of body fat gains and losses, since during a week the fluid shifts will tend to balance out. Weekly weigh-ins can have a reinforcing effect when you are staying on track and, on the other hand, show you when it is time to restart healthy behaviors that have lapsed. Tip number 11, reorganize your plate. Make half your plate vegetables, a quarter of your plate whole grains, and a quarter of your plate lean protein. When you switch the portions of grains and vegetables on your plate, you'll see a difference. The only caveat, potatoes, corn, and peas are starchy vegetables, so they go in the grains category. Tip number 12, follow the 80% rule. 80% rule, Hara Hachi Bu, the Okinawan, 2,500-year-old Confucian mantra said, before meals reminds them to stop eating when their stomachs are 80% full. The 20% gap between not being hungry and feeling full could be the difference between losing weight or gaining it. Tip number 13, skip the liquid calories. Liquid calories won't satisfy you. There's a strong relationship between sugar-sweetened beverages and weight gain in adults. If you regularly have a sip of something sweet, consider this. Research has shown that reducing intake of sugar-sweetened beverages can result in meaningful weight loss, even if it's the only change you make. Replacing a 20-ounce soda with sparkling water every day would save more than 20,000 calories over a few months, which could translate into more than 5 pounds of weight loss. Tip number 14, be choosy at restaurants. The foods we eat away from home tend to be higher in calories and lower in nutrients than the ones we make at home. The average restaurant entree contains more than 1,000 calories and an entire day's worth of sodium and fat. To save calories, split your entree, or ask the server to substitute extra green veggies or a salad for potato or rice. Tip number 15, embrace veggies. Whether you love them or hate them, vegetables are an important food that shouldn't be overlooked or underconsumed. But most people get less than the ideal amount of veggies daily, and that can be harmful to health. Besides being a rich source of vitamins and minerals, vegetables help reduce inflammation, increase intestinal health, and keep the mind sharp. Tip number 16, in fact, make vegetables the stars. When you make pasta, make a very small portion of the pasta itself, and toss the dish with roasted broccoli, shrimp, garlic, and lemon zest. You'll feel less deprived, and you'll be able to still eat your favorite satisfying foods. Tip number 17, keep unhealthy foods out of the house. It's difficult to eat healthy if you're surrounded by junk foods. If other family members want to have these foods around, try keeping them hidden rather than on countertops. The saying out of sight, out of mind definitely applies here. Having food on display in various areas of the house has been linked to obesity and increased consumption of unhealthy foods. Tip number 18, use portion-controlled dishes. We eat with our eyes first, and we like to see a full plate. Using smaller plates, bowls, and cups will reduce the amount of food you can serve yourself, while at the same time allow you to fill your dish up, and keep you from feeling deprived. For example, an observational study showed that people who used a 9-inch plate versus a 10 or 12-inch plate ate up to 22% less. Tip number 19, start where you are and do what you can. You're not alone if you don't know where to start. There are tons of people just like you, and you should not feel ashamed or embarrassed to ask this question. Don't feel like you need to overhaul your entire life, starting immediately. Assess where you are currently, and then figure out where you'd like to be in the future. A great starting point for mostly sedentary people is to get a step counter, and see how much you walk on a normal day. Then set a step goal, slightly higher than the normal, and strive for that, working your way up slowly, to a goal of 10,000 steps per day. Tip number 20, salt craving. Skip the chips. When you need a salty fix, reach for popcorn, not chips. Unhealthy cravings are very unpleasant, because they won't go away until you satisfy them. They also come at awful times, like when you want to be healthy, but can't get the thought of every greasy, salty food imaginable out of your head. Salt cravings are often caused by dehydration, so you may be able to curb them by drinking water, and replenishing electrolytes. Also, swapping out salt for garlic powder, black pepper, ginger or citrus flavors on a daily basis, may help prevent future cravings.
Thank you guys, for watching this video.
We hope you liked this video. If you want to suggest us any topic, please comment below in comment box.
Don't forget to subscribe our channel, and press the bell icon.
Take care of yourselves, friends and family members. Bye for now.
Adios amigos.